Do you ever have somebody say to you something along the lines of your grandma or your mima or maybe your pop or your peepaw or maybe your papa or your daddy or somebody who's not with us anymore, which means they're dead. I mean, they didn't like move to Cleveland. They're gone forever. So you ever have someone say, hey, Bobby or Jim or Argyle is watching you right now, or Lucy, I don't want to leave the women out. They're watching you right now and they're proud. They're up there in heaven and they're so proud of you and they're looking out for you, and you think to yourself, oh, that's nice. Yeah, thank you. I love you too. And you look up and you think, oh, but then you think, wait a minute. Whoa, wait. What? Okay, so when do they watch? They watch all the time. I mean, there's probably not a lot going on. I mean, you got eternity to do what? What the hell do you do with eternity? I don't know. So if you got like some television that shows the Living Channel 24/7, I mean, maybe that's all you do. And you just watch all the people you know, and maybe some of the people you don't know. I mean, maybe they don't watch you all the time. Maybe they watch everybody that they want to watch, and they got to take turns, and maybe an hour here. But the point is, when are they watching you? I mean, like if you're taking a really nasty shit, like diarrhea and everything's rumbling and you're like, oh my God, what's happening to me? I mean, they watching then? I mean, do they think that's funny? Or how about the time that I was with my girlfriend for the weekend and we had a very lovely time, and it was lots and lots and lots of sex. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not bragging, but let's just say she was a happy customer. But the point is, were they watching then? Were they watching on Sunday morning? We're like, hey, I got an idea. I'm exhausted from all the screwing. Like, let's go hang out at the beach. She's like, oh, good idea. And she high-fived me. She said, hey, way to go this weekend. And then, we pull up to the beach and we park, and I get out of the car and I think, oh, I got to fart, but I didn't have to fart. I had to shit, and the technical term is shart, right? And it sounded like I took a wet t-shirt and I was just smashed it against a brick wall. That's what that sounded like. And I got up out of the car and I sat back down in the car and I looked over. I said, we got a problem. We got a real problem. And that ruined our whole... Were they watching then? Were they like, hey, Edna, get in here. Check this shit out. And then all of your dead relatives and ancestors are all sitting around going, what a fucking douchebag. I mean, they're watching then. How many times has any male performed acts of masturbatory bliss in their life? Think about that number. It'd be scary. Are they watching then? They're like, oh my God, what are we doing? And it's one of those things where you can't not watch, because it's so... Really, it's like a train wreck. And you're like, oh my God, what's happening? They're like, can you see this shit? And they're like, oh, wow, your nephew's really fucked up. They're telling me, what about your nephew? I don't know, let's go check her out. And she's over there like sniffing glue or something. And then it's like, maybe that's what they do. They sit around and like, let's find the most fucked up relatives and just watch them all the time and just laugh at them. Maybe that's what's going on up in heaven. Maybe that's what heaven is. You get rewarded. You get to sit up there and eat treats and just drink cherry Coke and just laugh at everybody that's still alive and make fun of them. And that's what heaven is. And I gotta be honest, that would be a lot of fun.